Happy Sunday. As you can tell from my background, I am not on the East Coast today. I have taken a surprise trip to go spend Mother's Day in Mexico with my mom. It's something that my husband arranged since I've been so exhausted due to all the work I've been doing on our new home and trying to get renovations done, that I've just really gotten super worn down. And so my husband said, why don't you see if you can go take a trip with your mom and learn to relax. So here I am, beautiful Cabo San Lucas, fully vaccinated, so that's great. And I had felt like, okay, yeah, I'm stressed, I'm tense, there's been a lot going on, I'm super tired. And now, like, getting here and actually hitting a pause in my life, I realized how truly stressed out I was to a much deeper level than I recognized. And yeah, how fortunate am I that I get to go spend a week by the water to let go. How often do we find ourselves in similar situations where we think we're doing okay, we think we're fine, we can handle it? Really, we're carrying around a tremendous amount of tension, a tremendous amount of stress. Like, I didn't realize until I got here and was able to fully start letting go. I didn't realize how much stress I was carrying around. I thought I was okay. And so having 2 days to just not be doing, to fully relax, has been really meaningful. So in today's meditation class, I want to play with the idea of taking stock of where you're really at and maybe even letting go of things you didn't even realize you were carrying. So I want you to join me. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Feel your shoulders relax. And silently send an invitation to yourself. Silently say, anything that I'm carrying that I don't need to, allow me to set it down. Allow me to be free of burdens that I don't need to hold. And feel yourself dropping inside. Ask yourself if you're doing too much. Ask yourself if there are things you don't need to be doing. Ask yourself, where and how can you let go? And with every exhale, feel yourself release. You can even take an audible sigh if that's helpful. Oh. Can you feel your abdomen relaxing and expanding? we hold so much tension in our gut. Can you feel it opening and moving freely? Can you feel yourself stepping out of your everyday tensions, your everyday stress, and just say, I don't need that right now. I want to connect with openness, freedom. Can you feel your breath expanding in your body, becoming more easeful? And then also ask yourself, how are you taking time to really step aside and decompress? Like, are you able to give yourself a day off, a week off? Like, I've never been somebody who's been a big fan of going to a resort or to a beach and just laying around for a week. Like, I've always been somebody who prefers to go have an experience of some kind. But maybe taking a time truly off to do nothing is something that you would need. So how can you give yourself a break? How can you truly take a step outside of your normal life to breathe, to rest, to heal? Sorry if the background noise is loud right now. But if you're anything like me, it's hard to give yourself that permission to do it. Like, for me, I know that my feelings of worthiness are often connected to what I accomplish in the world. And so for me to be doing nothing or taking a true break, then what am I worth? So, I don't know if that is something that you struggle with too. Well, it sounds like one place where I was teaching meditation class today got co-opted by a bingo game, so that's fun. So hang on one second. Tina.
What?
Turn it off.
Turn it off. I turn it off.
So I'm gonna come and teach in here since they're doing bingo class outside. So if you're anything like me, like taking that time off truly to heal and be with yourself is something that's hard to do, something that you have to really struggle to give yourself permission for. Because I don't want to be somebody, like subconsciously, like I don't want to be somebody that needs a break, somebody that needs to heal, somebody that needs downtime. I want to be somebody who can always be doing and achieving and fixing, and it's hard for me to truly take a break. But if we keep going and if we keep going, the stress just builds, the stress just accumulates, and before we know it, we're carrying around so much more than we ever realized. And we get sick, and we get tired, and we get angry, and we get frustrated. So where are you carrying around stress? And how can you give yourself the permission to truly pause, to truly take a real break, to step outside and notice, what is this accumulated tension that I'm holding? How much am I feeling that I wasn't even aware of because it's just become the new normal? I know I've reached points in my own life where I suddenly feel like I'm about to break, like I reach like a snapping point. And leading up to that, I didn't realize I was feeling that way. I didn't realize I was feeling so tense and angry or disappointed or frustrated. But stress just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And I don't personally want to get to that point anymore. I don't want to get to the point where I need to sleep for 2 weeks, which is basically what I've been feeling like lately, because I've overdone it. I don't want to get to the point where I lose my temper and lash out at somebody I love because I'm so overstressed. I don't want to, what I ended up doing for the last 2 months, which is push myself to the state of exhaustion because I can't moderate, I can't slow down. So how can we become more aware of our internal state and be able to decompress from time to time? So tune into yourself right now. Where do you feel it? What do you feel? When you turn your focus within, do you feel a sense of ease? Do you feel a sense of letting go, peace, joy, effortlessness? Or do you feel more like I've been feeling lately, fatigued, or angry, or tense, or despairing? Can you take a deep breath and first just be okay with whatever you're feeling? Acknowledge it. Sit with it. And then can you try to create a little more space around it? Physically, energetically, mentally. And then give yourself permission to go through whatever you need to go through. To cry, to sleep, to laugh, to scream. To let whatever is being held inside to come through. And maybe you do need to get a special space set aside, away from your significant other, your family, your friends. Maybe you need to set aside additional time, an hour, a day, a week, to focus on letting those things pass through. Something I've been telling my husband lately is that I've lately been having this desire to like step outside of civilized life and like hitchhike across the country or walk the Appalachian Trail or bicycle from North America to the tip of South America. And to have that space to transform, to have that space to heal. So how are you giving that gift to yourself? How are you giving yourself the time, the space, and the acknowledgement of what you're going through to allow yourself to process and heal and let go of whatever's going on right now? Because if we continue going the way we've been going, if we continue holding all this, we're not going to be well. You cannot, I don't care how strong you are, you cannot carry a heavy load eternally. You have to give yourself space to reckon with what's going on inside of you and to let it go. Because that's been my experience, is saying I push so hard and I don't realize how imbalanced I've become. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing. And I didn't realize how off kilter, how much stress I pressed into myself until I took time to step outside. So will you give yourself permission to do the same? Acknowledge where you are. Try to expand and open around it. And then give yourself space to let go and to heal. So that's my thought for this week. Now that my house is all finished and we're finally settled in, I'm going to be able to start coming back to doing edited videos. So if there's any topics you'd like me to create a video about, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll still be here Sundays for meditation class. It's a pleasure to share space with you. And if you ever have any questions, please feel to reach out via email, k@ecstaticself.com. Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, any way I can ever be of service, let me know. Hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for your time. Namaste.